I'm so excited to get into today's video. As we're going to get into is part 2 of our apartment, which I'm very excited about. We're just going to be continuing a few of the rooms, and I will disclose there will be a part 3, unfortunately, just because there's 8 rooms in total, and each room has a different theme, and I kind of don't want to rush this, so hopefully you guys still enjoy it, and let's get into the video. So to quickly kind of just re-look at the house, obviously if you guys seen part 1, please definitely go check it out. These are all going to be spoils. Warning, oh my god, I'm spoiling to myself the fact that I did not do the wallpaper up here. Oh my god, my heart hurts. But yeah, so hopefully you guys left, at the atrocity of my wallpaper missing. But yeah, so here's the beautiful home. Obviously, you don't need much of a recap if you've seen part 1. So I don't want to spoil anything, so let's go get those random generated, and you guys will get to see little glimpses of me building it, and then we'll do the final 2 after. So for the first random generated, we are still using James Turner, which thank you so much for producing this. We got Discovery University, Book Nut, Cats and Dogs, Blooming Kit, and then also we received Everyday Clutter. So for the outlook, obviously, I think I changed the floor plan a bit for this landscape because I realized how small it was. The upstairs definitely got a little chaotic on the floor plan. I think I was either watching something or doing something at the same time. So the uniformed rooms downstairs definitely changed a lot upstairs. I could have restarted it, but I was just like, you know what, we'll roll with it. And it's not like every apartment room is identical anyway, so I feel like each room kind of has its own shape and whatnot, which I'm totally fine with, and I feel like it made the decorating a bit more fun and whatnot. So obviously I think I got the handle of what we want to start with first. I start with lights because lights are usually the most limited, and then I work from, well, also so you guys can see me build, and then I go from walls and floors just to get an idea of what I have within the pack. And I was so excited to get the Blooming Kit and then also the Book Nut because I feel like that just screams cozy to me. And I really wanted to go for like this brown, like theme vibe color scheme, I guess, for it, just because I feel like I usually personally stray away from brown, just because I usually personally go for white furniture or black furniture. That's just my own personal preference, and let's just say I don't really fully have a sense of style. So I wanted to try this, and I feel like I did pretty well. I like this room a lot, especially with all the plants. I feel like that's kind of a go-to with The Sims. Now for the curtains, this is something I really like that I did because I really wanted the plant wraparound because I feel like a lot of people do that. They also do like the hanging plants everywhere. But typically you want curtains too. You don't usually consider that a curtain. So I threw those everywhere. And obviously you guys can see I haven't fully got the whole handle on. Do not hit the copy button. As soon as you hit the copy button, you have to replug and everything. So but I think I got the hang of that. I'll probably have to re-get the hang of it because I still have to finish the other rooms, which I'm very excited about. Ooh, something I did want to ask you guys is if once you guys see like these rooms, which one do you think speaks to you more? Which room do you think you'd want to live in? Or if you guys also want to answer, I would love to hear who do you guys think lives here? So if you guys for this one, I kind of imagine somebody who either likes to write or just maybe I just read. They're a homebody. Maybe they don't, I don't know. With all these apartments, I was originally thinking of having offices, and I think the last few ones will, but these rooms were not intended with the size and shape they are. So if this person, I don't think this person would want to work from home. They probably work in the city close by at an office job, but this is like their safe space. That's what I'm imagining. So let me know what you guys think with each room. I'll try and share what I think. I just thought it'd be fun when I was rewatching my last video. I was just like, that would have been nice. But for a few struggles, as you guys can probably already see, is the kitchen supplies. I think with a lot of them, I've never realized how limiting some of these packs are. Obviously, sometimes I didn't actually receive an expansion pack that had a whole lot, but I thought expansion packs would have everything. And I think there's even a room that doesn't have an expansion pack. Don't quote me on that because I don't fully remember. But for this one, I had the university was the only thing that had a fridge. So I was kind of hoping to run with it. I think I was like, oh, maybe this person doesn't have a kitchen, which could tie into the fact that they probably, they don't know how to cook, so they eat, take fast food home, and that's kind of the ordeal, because they always have their head in a book, maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't like the city life, I don't know, I'm making stuff up as I go, I guess, But I'm not gonna lie. I think, like I said previously, I think my favorite thing was the plants in this house. The plants are just, it just makes the place so vibrant, and especially with all the browns also to make it pop more and just feel really, I don't know, calming. But yeah, so outside of that, I think a lot of it was just trying to, for me personally, I was looking downstairs and reflecting, and I was just like, I personally wanted more clutter. I felt like more clutter would have just made the rooms a bit more, not only personal, but have more life to them. I don't know. I think that's also why I was fine with the structures changing, because it forced me to decorate the room differently. Obviously, certain packs, especially for those first two floors, I felt was really limiting on decoration, at least decoration that made sense. And a plant cake makes it very easy to clutter, especially with the book neck, just shove books everywhere. And I think I also had, I forgot what the other pack I had, but they had like clutter for the desk and whatnot that I was allowed to place everywhere. I make it work, honestly, and I really do like that. And this is where I'm trying to improve the kitchen, because I was like, it needs a bit more. So I got the sink in there, we got the microwave, and for me personally, coffee. I needed coffee in here. If I'm gonna be reading or whatnot, or just anything I could imagine in this place, I was like, I don't know. I just felt like they needed a coffee machine, so I made sure we had the counter space for that. And oh, and I think we got the cats and dogs for sure, because I can see the dog bed and the bowl. I imagine if you're gonna live here, I think this person would want a dog, maybe. Maybe like a small dog, you know. If this place could have one, I feel like it would have had a rooftop bathroom spot, which I might honestly, if I ever do apartment complex again, which I really did enjoy. Let me know what you guys thought, because I would like to do it again in the future. Maybe we could try one where it does have a rooftop where you can take your pups to. Also, let me know. This is just like a idea I'm throwing out there. I don't know if I'll have the time to, because we're still catching up on a lot of my other videos. Is I would like to kind of have like a whole series on an apartment complex, and maybe like the people will change out. Each person has secrets, and like each episode will find out or live a day in their life or a week in their life. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like we can get to some very scandalous things. But here's the little final. Oh, this is not the final tour. This is where I realized I needed cabinets. Sorry. I think a lot of these rooms I forgot cabinets. Or maybe I started remembering after this one. But that's when I was like, we needed cabinets. The kitchen just looks so naked. I mean, it still looks naked even with the cabinetry, but the cabinets at least gives it more life. And if you're going to be living in such a small space, I feel like they needed maximum storage. So this definitely, I feel like, was needed. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think on that idea for a series, because I have been brainstorming a lot of different ideas, and I think I would enjoy that. I feel like, because then if we wanted to change out the character, we can like redecorate the room and whatnot, and we can go pretty much out there. It'll just have to wait. That's why I'm like, please don't, take my word for it. But here's for the final tour. I don't know, I really like this space. It just feels cozy. Obviously, the bathroom's limited. I feel like a lot of them are, because I was trying to stay away from base game. And that not that bathroom, that bedroom is my absolute favorite. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I absolutely, like, adore it. So now for what we got for the random generator, we got paranormal stuff, dream home decorator, high school years, busted duff, and nifty knitting. So I was very excited by this one. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Sometimes when I generated one, I had to keep generating it. I don't know if it was my luck or whatnot, but quite a few of them I felt like I kept receiving. So with this one, I was excited because not only would we get the paranormal stuff, which I was so excited to use the ghost wallpaper, which I feel like if you guys seen any of my other builds, it's one of my favorites. Unfortunately, though, with this, the way this room is set up, you do get glimpses of the other room. So I think if I ever wanted to do that challenge I was mentioning, I'd want to make it, I don't know, either like the room's bigger or something, but something, because I was just like, I love that ghost wallpaper, but you can't see it with the walls like even partially down. Like you have to have it all the way up in order to see it. But it's fine. I got to use it. It's one of my favorites. I didn't use my favorite colored one. I was kind of thinking of doing it, but considering the fact that I couldn't see it, I was like, we'll just roll with the black and white theme. Plus, I didn't want to go towards my favorite of just pastels, which it easily could have gone that way, because the little ghost wallpaper from what's the Halloween pack? Spooky pack, there we go. It like has like the pink and blue pastel ghosties on it, and it's absolutely adorable. But either way, I do enjoy like the build. See, that's the one. Oh my god, I love that one. But I ended up using that one. Although my only complaint, not necessarily complaint, is just we get the matte black. is that it looks like ink black. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but the ghosties look like ink black. Which is why I changed it. I kind of forgot I changed it. I really wanted to use that, but I was just like, it was the two different blacks that were kind of bothering me weirdly. I don't know if it was bothering, like, I don't know if you guys thought it was still cute. I feel like, I don't know, looking at it now, I feel like I could have ran with it. But, the red is honestly a good pop. And story-wise, I can't wait, because we have the vampire kit, I was thinking, because we're dumping my werewolf babies from the 100 Baby Challenge, which, if you guys are keeping up with that, one of them this is not a big spoil, because obviously we're not doing this part for the 100 Baby Challenge, but one of them got the aspiration of becoming a vampire, I think a good vampire, and they're werewolves, so I thought that was kind of funny that maybe, like, one of them moved in here, because, honestly, we don't have a stove, we do get this drink tray, and we get a fridge, and I thought maybe if a vampire did live here, technically they don't need a stove and whatnot, so if you do end up downloading this, caution, one of the rooms literally doesn't have a complete kitchen. But I thought it made sense, especially if you're having a werewolf, or not a werewolf, a vampire here. So I didn't feel like I was just cheating out the space. Let me know what you guys think. But either way, I like the way that it looks. I got to use like quite a bit of different items than I normally use, such as like red tones in the blocks. I felt like that was kind of fun. Also, especially, I wasn't trying to theme it vampire. It just became like trending that way. And there's, oh my goodness, I can't wait till you guys see the other rooms, because there's this one that I found so ridiculous, but so fun to build. Obviously, I found them all fun, but there's this one I can't wait to point out, which you guys will see later in the video, which I think it's the next one, actually. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but the story that I made up in my head was just so funny that I fell in love with it. But for the rest of the room, you guys can see we got like a little tiny dining table. We got, oh yeah, because I had the spa day. I felt like I had to have something. So maybe, they're trying to like be a very zen, peaceful vampire. And so they meditate. I haven't playtested anything yet. So cross our fingers, everything works. I've only started decorating. I don't think I did anything outrageous. Although the only reason I brought this up is because I added the meditation thingy, and I put that very close to the wall. I think Grissom should be able to use it, but I will find out later, question mark. And, spider warning, forgot to warn you guys. Hopefully you're not like me, and you hate spiders. Sorry about that. But yeah, I know I added the fireplace, and that's kind of ridiculous, but this place gave me the vibe. And just to further out the decoration and the clutter, I added those wall panels, which I feel like I should use more often. I think that's decorate to the max, if I'm correct. And I honestly enjoy placing those. They just added to the wall. I don't know. Obviously, there's some wallpaper that has it already, but being able to add it and customize it to the wall felt like, I don't know, it fit, if that makes sense. And then, yeah, I think we're just finishing up with the bathroom. Obviously, I keep saying, the bathrooms aren't that grand. I'm very limited on items. I try to add items when I can. Like, I think I add a few spa day items into this one. So just like at the spa soap. And I think I might add like the spa perfume somewhere. I don't really remember. We'll just see in a minute. I do add those as like the little spa mats, as a little bath mat. I don't know. For me, I'm just like, who doesn't have a mat when they get out the bath shower? I don't know. I feel like that's exactly how I'd go out. I'd like get rid of my rug. Weird tangent, but I'd get rid of my rug and that'd be it. But let's get into the final tour, which I'm very excited about. As you guys can see, the bedroom, I love it. I love the color scheme. We got the bathroom and then like our little dining area at the beginning. So we got about 3 more to go. So this one we ended up with Paranormal, Dream Home Decorator, High School, Busted Dust, and Nifty Knitting. And I had a lot of fun cluttering this one. Not only did we receive with High School years, but Nifty Knitting. And I really wanted to mesh those together. And I had like so much fun. I just feel like it's like another parallel to like the cozy vibes, if that makes sense. And a lot of these rooms, I forgot to mention, obviously I feel like you guys noticed, ended up being studios. So I did have a lot of fun with that. It did make the space, for this one at least, I feel like this person was into fashion, which you guys will see. And that was kind of like the story play that I went for. Obviously, if you guys see something else and you guys have something you guys want to like share about, I would love to hear your guys' opinions on these different rooms. But that's kind of what I went for. I definitely went for more greenish blues. And honestly, that wallpaper is so pretty from the Paranormal pack. I just feel like I don't use it a whole lot. I feel like it's fancy. It's definitely meant for bedroom. I don't know. What would you say that wallpaper's for? I just felt like it was needed for this room. And then we got like the brick wall, and that'll be like the line where the kitchen is. I feel like it looks nice in the end. It might feel a bit rogue next to the fancy wallpaper, but I feel like it kind of all worked itself out in my opinion. And then for starting out with the bed, obviously after I wanted to see if it fits. I love the high school beds so much, and I feel like I should theme one just off of the beds. Maybe I'll do that in the future also. I don't know, because they have like the anime beds, and I would like a full on anime bedroom. Like, I'm so happy that the Sims like included that in there. I mean, when is the anime kit coming out? No, I'm kidding. Could you imagine like anime hair? Like, I don't know what else would they even have? Like glasses with the big eyes? I literally don't know. Maybe like what could they do? But we also got Dream Home Decorator, which I feel like I didn't really get to utilize a whole lot in this one. At least for the main thing that we got that I feel like I was personally excited about is that attachable shelving. I really tried to incorporate it, but it was just with the way the walls fall down and then the space and how I arranged it, it just wasn't working out. It just felt kind of pointless, if that makes sense. I just felt like if I was gonna add the curtain and whatnot, that I would want the space for it. So I ended up utilizing the high school space and whatnot. Oh, and another item is that little shelving. If you see the second shelving, not the Nifty Knitting one, but the Paranormal Pack one. That one was so cute. But I ended up utilizing also for storage is those shelving above, which I think that's high school years. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then I put the curtains in the back. I don't know why, but in this build itself, I just really got into the comboing for the windows. I mean, if you're an apartment, you learn to squeeze and make it work, and I think I kind of incorporated that pretty well, if I do say so myself, if I'm allowed to say so myself. And I think this is where you guys kind of get the glimpses of the cluttering and all the extra items and whatnot that I was kind of throwing in there. And also with the shelving in the window, I was kind of envisioning that's where you get to see the fashion and like start to show. I think that's where I started to get the idea from. Eventually, I add one of those little things that they have in the thrift stores by the door. It does take up a lot of the space that they would have had for like a kitchen or something, such as the other rooms did. But I just felt like it just fit this room and the room style. We also have like the little anime posters on the back. I was assuming maybe like that's a sense like I don't know, they had like a full body outfit. I don't know. I felt like it could have worked. And then that's where like the thing of clothing I added. I just felt it. I feel like it's suited. I think the theme that I had in mind kind of worked. But beyond that, like they're into fashion, and they love to like fill their room to the max. I don't know outside of their story if that makes sense, or like what their story could be. And then this is where I realized I think I start to realize one, well, no bathroom door, but two, I don't really have any entertainment. I mentioned this previously on part one of this this little series for this build, is that I'm really lacking on entertainment. I think in the last build, I definitely added TV. The outrageous build that I'm very excited to show you guys about. It's not that exciting. It's just, it's ridiculous, and I kind of love it. They have a TV, but a lot of these rooms don't have TVs, or, like, I tried to do that bookshelf thing above with the Dream Home Decorator ones, but it didn't look right, and sadly with the packs I had, I just wasn't really working out. And this is where I was like, okay, I need some sort of kitchen. Dream Home Decorator thankfully has a stove and a stove top, so I had that. But I ended up, just adding base game. I know for a lot of it, you guys probably like, oh, you should have base game toilet paper. I could have done all that. I don't know what, like I said before, I feel like in the first video, it's just that I had 8 of the rooms to finish. If we ever do a series, I will add more to the bedrooms, just because I feel like we're going to be more focused on them. But since this is where I'm basically checking my Sims, I want it to be nice as possible. But toilet paper wasn't really on my mind, considering the Sims don't use it. Sims, why aren't you using it? We don't ask questions. We just assume they use it. But yeah, sorry. That's just how it worked out. Obviously, if you want to download this, or if you guys are like, please add it, I will start adding it. I usually do. It was just an 8-roomed apartment place that you won't even see the toilet paper, and I literally would have had to like move my camera so strategically that it would have been a lot of work, if that makes sense. And then currently we're just kind of tweaking it over. I realized I made my bathroom a bit small when planning out the rooms. I just kind of shifted everything over, which is where I'm definitely gonna have to play test quite a bit in every room because I'm not quite sure, because now I'm not on the markers as I was. I shifted it with, bb.move objects. So we'll have to test that out and figure that out. Hopefully, though, considering they should be able to. Although a lot of bedstand tables I've noticed are too big for your Sims to go around. Like, why would they do that? They're bedside tables. Like, you mark them as that. But my Sims can't get into bed when they're next to the bed. I don't know. It's okay. We love The Sims, obviously. But let's now get into the tour. Obviously, you get, like, let's get a better view of it. And honestly, if I get to choose a room, this might be one of them. I know I made, like, a pinkish room. I think I love the aesthetic. I love the clutter. I'm definitely somebody who likes to fill my walls. Slowly building my wall back here. Definitely need to do some more artwork for that. But let's get into the next one. For this, what we ended up receiving is Parenthood, Vintage Glamour, Deluxe, City Living, and Kitchen Kits, which I thought this would be kind of a fun one. I was watching, I think at the time, it was after it was released, I was watching somebody's review on the new Horses kit, which I would love to hear your guys' opinion on. If you guys want to see my opinion, obviously I'll have a link up above that you guys can go check out. And yeah, I think I kind of, well, obviously I was already building, but it was just kind of fun to see the country, like, style, and I realized I've never really built that way. Especially, like, I don't know, I kind of wish I would, and I was kind of contemplating that within this build itself. This one ended up being brick, I think, everywhere, just because of how limited we were, and then I forgot what I ended up utilizing, I think brown flooring, for the rest of it, just because, I don't know, I feel like we were kind of limited on options for doorways and whatnot, and pathways. I tried to make that door work, it just to say, like, truth be told, that door is not the door. I asked my husband, I was like, can I use this door? Because we only have 2 doors, and one looks beat up because it's City Living, and then the other one's decked out. So I just used the decked out one. I was just like, sure, why not? I guess if you're living in an apartment, you're going to use your doors typically as extra storage. So, and then for this bed here, and also the rug you guys will see I picked in a minute, I absolutely love. I don't think I use this bed and these, like, I don't think I explore a lot of the patterns a whole lot. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I feel like as soon as I see I don't like the main one, I kind of just overlook it quite often. And I need to stop doing that. I think I know a friend who also is a YouTuber, and what she does is she finds items and builds based off of that item, and I feel like that really helps you find new items. I don't know if I will, because she's full-on builder, but I think I do necessarily just need to dig for items more often and spend time doing that, because I'm definitely more gameplay geared towards, and so I feel like a lot of my builds can get pretty much the same, or what I'm comfortable with, or just not complete in general. I feel like I'm not really, like, boosting my building skills, but that's just kind of how it is. I do eventually take that fireplace out. I did love the look. It felt so unsafe in a bedroom, especially in a tiny little studio. I don't know why I'm putting fireplaces in studios. I think it was just like an add-in item that I feel like made the place look a little more cozier. But don't worry, I do move it. It did not feel safe. I feel like my Sims, you leave your I don't know. Have you seen bedrooms with fireplaces? I feel like if you have a big enough space, yes. I don't know about this tiny in a studio though. It's just like not only do you have very limited room to get around your bed, but also you have a fire hazard right next to it. So literally at our place, weird little tangent, always, is that that's our biggest complaint, is that underneath the windows is little, not a fireplace, but like the heaters. So we have to like place off like all of our furniture around that. And we can't really like be next to the window because of the heater. I'm not trying to melt something or catch something on fire. Not that I've ever, knock on wood, caught anything on fire, but my husband calls me a fire starter. So, because I melted 2 compost containers. Okay. We lived in a very tiny studio, and we left our like very tiny kitchen. Like I want to say like as small as these apartments, 300 square footage. So we had a counter which was filled up with our coffee machine and our toaster, and the stove. So I typically put our compost container there, and let's just say it melted a few times. So because I'm a fire starter now. Not good when I never do though, because that'd be terrifying. But back into the build, I feel like there's not really much to say about this one. I think I was just kind of going with what I had. I do want to say I do love the wallpaper. I do want to utilize that brick stone, like stone again. And I do feel like this is definitely outside of my style, if that makes sense. Um, and I'm kind of glad I did it. I wish I didn't do a black kitchen though. Like I said, I feel like that's my safe zone for colors is black and white for stuff, and then pink if I can get it in there. Tried very hard for not these build for a lot of these builds, especially since I just felt like I wanted them to be different and unique and whatnot. I think for this one, I found a lot of different items I don't really utilize a lot, like the light and then that wall decoration that's there and whatnot. So now for the little tour, obviously, you guys saw the kitchen, the bathroom. I keep saying this, I don't know, every time I look back, I'm like, they look so, but I definitely like the bedroom. Just the vibe definitely goes minimalist, somebody who doesn't like a lot of clutter, only has the necessities, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. Now for the next one, we got Get Famous, Toddler Stuff, Blooms, Realm of Magic, and Spa Day. So this is the one that I thought was like so ridiculous, but I absolutely love it. We do have one more apartment, not in this video, but it'll be in part 3, and then we have the hallways, and then the downstairs lobby and gym, which I wanted to include to fix up. So for this one, the reason why I got so ridiculous is because I found the Get Famous stuff so outrageous, and I really wanted to put it in this tiny little apartment. So kind of the story in my head that I had going on, and let me know what you guys get, what ideas you have, is that with this one, it was somebody who once upon a time was famous or lived in a big spot and whatnot and had to move into this tiny little place and had to sell a lot of their stuff, but they kept a lot of it. Like, they're still very greedy. They want to keep a lot of it. They don't want to get rid of it. They want to get famous again. But they got very bad publicity, so they have to live in this tiny little spot with the few items they have left of their mansion, basically. That's what I kind of envisioned, and I had so much fun. I feel like I don't really use the golds, and the golds are so pretty. I just can't imagine it for a house. An apartment, I feel like, or maybe like I don't know. I just can't imagine a full-on house. And I'm not somebody who likes animal print, and I put animal print in here. So for people who like animal prints, hopefully I did this for you. I don't know. Maybe this is a little outrageous because it's definitely outrageous Get Famous stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if I actually did any justice for that. But either way, I had a lot of fun with this one. For the toddler stuff, I try to include, there's the balloons I try to include. I just realized for toddler stuff, is decoration. I literally pulled up all of the items. Outside of maybe putting a ball pit or a slide, there's not a whole lot of items in that kit that I found I'd want to use. So I used the chair because it kind of looked like a producer's chair. I added the balloons because I was like, maybe they wanted to celebrate, or they took them. They took it for their last set. They were like, screw you guys, I'm taking these balloons. Forget this place. And yeah, that's what I feel like. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, we got the big TV. This is the only place that has a TV I've noticed. So I did have to move around the couch and stuff to fit with that. Obviously, the place got a little wonky because of that, and it did limit down the space for the kitchen. I think I do end up getting rid of those toddler rugs because they kind of just look like paper. They look paper thin. Like the animation they did or whatever they did to design the rug made it look so flat. It looked like paper on the floor, and I don't know. It didn't really match the build itself, so I got rid of that pretty quickly. And then for Realm of Magic, we got that little Realm of Magic light. I think I did the Realm of Magic kitchen. Yeah, okay. I think we keep it. I don't know. It was just very out there items like Realm of Magic to Get Famous to toddler stuff. So trying to mesh those together into a cohesive place honestly wasn't that bad. It's just when I look at this place, I don't think toddler stuff, or I don't think Realm of Magic. I think Get Famous. So Get Famous definitely kind of took over, but I think that's what made it really fun and like fun to do. I think it's why it's my favorite build, because it's so out there. It's not my style at all. I don't like animal prints. I don't even know if you mesh animal prints together, like the cheetah and like whatnot. With I don't know, they matched in color, so I was just like, you know what, we'll do it. Correct me if I'm wrong, because like I said, it just, I don't know, make me uncomfortable when I personally own it or try to own it. So I don't know why. Maybe it's I have a crazy cat lady, so that could be why. But yeah, so we're just adding the few last details with clutter and whatnot. Like one plant, I'm imagining it's a fake plant, because I don't, like, you know, if they have all this stuff and they probably don't have a maid anymore, they probably bought the only fake plant from their place, is what I'm imagining. The fully outrageous like bathroom set, I'm imagining they own their place but had to like, I don't know, whatever, and they, I can't imagine how much it costs to take your toilet, like shower and whatnot. Maybe they went to further debt to just buy this bathroom itself, because they can't use a normal toilet. I don't know. That maybe that makes more sense than them taking their, let's go bathtub and toilet. Let's get out of here. So yeah, maybe they just bought that. So I think that's like the final bits and whatnot. Like honestly, not a whole lot to go in there. This place got very crowded very fast too. So for the little final tour, as you guys can see, I don't think, wait, did I put a sink in the kitchen? I don't think I did. Oof. Okay. Well, that person's gonna have to struggle with going into the bathroom for that. Sorry for you guys. But yeah, we got like the spa day items. Ooh, I ended up moving that spa day item. Do not worry. I forgot I added it in there when I finished the tub and stuff. I just felt like they'd have like a bunch of face creams and stuff that they'd want to use, so I had to add that in there. I just felt like it fit, you know, it fit their outrageous items that they have in this spot. Which I'm very excited to see. This is why I wanted to do that whole idea with the apartment drama and figure out people's secrets. Because could you imagine just walking into this apartment and you're like, oh, wow, lovely place you have here. But this is the final tour, so this is it. Let me know what you guys think. Which ones were your favorites so far? And yeah. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you're new to this village, welcome on in. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this little series that we got going on. Part 3 will be out very soon. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of all those ideas. I can't wait to hear them in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!